Welcome to another edition of Homage Speaks. Today, I want to talk about Mr. Lavar Ball and the Big Baller brand. I want to know if y'all want to ball or not to ball. And I think everybody is getting my opinion or my perspective confused on what it is that exactly what I'm trying to say. So, why not use this platform as an opportunity to give my opinion and see what you guys think about it? Well, here's the issue with me. I don't have a problem with the shoe being $4.95. I don't have a problem with the flip flop being $200. My problem is that the player, the actual player, is not worth a $495 shoe. Not yet. He has an opportunity to prove himself to be great, but I get it. You have the Ball family. They're their own company. They have to pay for their own distribution. They have to pay for a lot of things, which incorporates the price of that shoe. Now I think people are going to go out and actually support the guy just because of the vision. People, you cannot, you cannot not appreciate the vision. That's what you cannot do. LeVar Ball is trying to beat people to the punch. He's trying to eliminate the middleman and become his own brand before you work for a brand and then you build your brand within that brand. So that means that brand owns you or have more of a percentage of the money. What LeVar Ball is trying to do is change the game to where I am a brand. We have a brand already. Now when we come to the table, it's about what can you do for me opposed to what can we do for each other. And I think that's what LeVar Ball is trying to get to. He has an opportunity to have three sons make it to the NBA right around the same time. So because they have their own brand, why not attempt to do it this way? Because if it succeeds, guess what? Everybody's going to start doing it. And I have no problem with that. My only issue with that is you're charging families $495 for a shoe of a player that's not even in their top 5 favorite players. Lonzo Ball has an opportunity to become that player, but allow him to become that player first before you start putting a product out there that is not going to make as much money as it could make. Now I get it from a statistical standpoint. If you sell 10,000 of your sneaker, that's just like selling 100,000 of the same sneaker that costs less money. I understand that, but that's not my issue here. The issue is with the player itself. The reason why we go out and buy Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving's or Penny Hardaway's or Charles Barkley's, any of those shoes, is because we like the design and we like the player. This is something that Under Armour is running into right now with Steph Curry. People will go buy the shoe because they like the player. But the problem is that they don't have the design. Steph Curry is the only reason why people are buying that shoe because it's his shoe. If they put that same shoe out without a name on it, it probably wouldn't be able to sell the way that it sells now, even though the projections are not selling at the level that they would like them to sell at. But with that being said, we got to stop jumping the gun. We got to stop banging on LeVar Ball as if he's doing something wrong. I just don't think we understand or like the method that he's going about doing it. And I, for one, am one of those. Allow his son to develop and manifest himself into the great player that he can become, then bust people over the head for the product. You got people like Michael Jordan. Those shoes did come out $100. Now they're $250. But that's because he worked up to that point. It took time. LeVar Ball is trying to cut out the middleman. That's why he wanted to sign a deal for his sons, all 3 sons, prior to them even playing, because the money is already in the game. I get it from a business perspective, but I think what LeVar Ball needs to do is hire himself a marketing team, people who are smarter than him, people who know how to handle this and manifest this thing, because this could be something big. This could be some evolutionary to sports in general. No longer would it have to be you get your shoe deal, then you build your brand within the shoe deal, or you build your brand by using other people's brands. No, Big Baller brand is the brand. And then now Nike, you could come work for me, or Adidas, you could come work for me, or vice versa. We could work things out that way. So LeVar Ball, I commend you for that on that end, and I also commend you on being a father and having a vision for your sons 19 years ago, 20 years ago, and it's starting to manifest itself. And more power to you for that. Nobody can take that from you. You being a great father and a mentor to your boys. I would never bash you for that. But what I also want you to do is continue to instill in your sons that the way they're going to get the respect that they want from the game that they love is by how they perform on that basketball court in big moments. Lonzo Ball, I was a big advocate of you. I was a big supporter of you, but you let me down in that Kentucky game, son. You really did. I was looking for you in moments of that game to just say we ain't losing. If you're going to die, die hard. And that's how you get the respect of people in the sports world. Not just, a region, not just an area, not just the fan base of that team. But we're talking about the world. You have opportunity to be one of the best players in the world just because of your unique skill set and the way you approach the game of basketball. So we support that. I want you to continue to work hard on your craft, work hard on your weaknesses, and improve and master your strengths. And if you can do those things, then you'll have an opportunity to be a good player in this league. But don't allow the outside distractions to focus you on, deter you of the main goal, and that's be one of the best players of all time. That's a goal of yours. I heard that come out your mouth. So I know you're willing to put in the work because you couldn't be this good now without working. So it's good now to see that you're concentrating solely on basketball, and I'm anxious to see what you're going to look like in the future. But with that being said, we have to get this thing under control, and we have to get this thing in the proper perspective. I do believe that y'all are charging $495 for a basketball shoe and $200 for a flip-flop and $80 for a shirt when I can go get use that same money and possibly get 2 pair of shoes and some shirts from my favorite player. I think I'm going to choose my favorite player. For those fans who are talking real bad about, people don't understand this, that, and the third, well, go spend $200 on the flip-flop. I'm not even asking you to get the tennis shoe for $500. Go spend $200 on the flip-flop and post your $200 flip-flop. And I don't want to hear that it's Gucci. I don't want to hear that it's Prada belts, none of that. Those labels or those brands have already been established. That's why people are buying those. But we can also help support the Lavar ball and the big baller brand and try to make them Gucci. But they're not going to become Gucci until Lonzo Ball or Cello Ball or LaMelo Ball become Jordan, LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Russ Gard. If they're not going to become any of those players, even a Paul George got a nice commercial. He hitting a game-winning shot. Too bad he didn't hit it when it really mattered. But who am I to speak on that? I'm just somebody who watched the game just like you did and saw him choke. But respect to Paul George. He came back from an injury 2 years ago. He much improvement as a ball player. And I look forward to you using that as fuel and motivation to help you reach the level of superstardom that I feel that you can become. But you got to go get it done. And with that being said, this is another edition of Homage Speaks.